blind v blind situation against the same guy. We've got a premium hand, so again we're going to make him pay to see a flop, and in this instance he declines. Now we've got a reasonable hand here. I'm going to play this. I'm not crazy about it. I'd prefer it if it was something like 5, 5, 6, 7 double suited, but the hand's playable enough in what is probably going to be a single raise pot. And the good thing about this kind of hand is we're always going to know where we stand once the flop comes down. And this is a check fold from this point. Even though we have a straight draw, it's just not a great one, and we're not going to know where we are when a club falls, a 10. We're always going to be drawing to non-nut straights there. And I think that's quite a common beginner mistake, to overvalue sucker wraps, as they're called, when you've basically got the low end of a wrap as we had there, because the draw was exceptionally the board was exceptionally draw heavy, and we're really getting the worst of it, whatever our opponents are holding there. Obviously higher draws are crushing us. You know, if we're lucky, we're in probably, you know, a 40-60 situation. So we really don't like to get involved. The tables recently on Prima have been fairly juicy, which is always nice to see, because sometimes even at the lower stakes you can find tables that are full of you know, bonus grinders, tags, whatever you want to call them. It's not always easy to find good games, but there's only 4 tables in total open at the moment, and they're all good games with pretty much universally bad players. Which, having spent a month or two grinding on iPoker, is a welcome relief, because whilst the games there were good with good table selection, they did have a tendency to be on the slightly tighter side. And we've got the right result here. We didn't want to raise on the turn with our wrap. We had a really good wrap, but with 2 flush draws there, and third pair, there wasn't really any value in trying to raise him off his hand. And now we're going to value bet the second best straight. I've got a fairly marginal hand in the small blind here, and we're not going to play it for that reason. See a lot of players playing these types of hands at these low stakes PLO games, and whilst it might be frustrating when they end up winning a big pot against you, when you've say got a pair of aces with a flush draw and they've limped or called a 3-bet or whatever with a piece of cheese like I had there, or something like King 7-7-2, in the long run those hands are never ever profitable. If we look at our hem results, once we get to probably around about tens, we can probably play tens reasonably profitably with bets and raises, but that's about it. Lower than that, and we're struggling to make a profit with pocket pairs. I've got a reasonable hand on the button here. It's a double suited ace with it's got some potential, so I sometimes limp with those kind of hands because we're always going to be drawing to the nuts, but we have been running a little bit dry on these top two tables that I'm recording, so we're probably looking to play a hand.